Hey, coming up right now, a dad makes a bold move when it comes to his daughter's safety on a New York City campus.
Also coming up, the latest idiot TikTok trend sends one woman to the hospital, and she says it was totally worth it.
We'll see. All right, a little bit later on. A Kardashian is getting called out for her latest Instagram post while her kids are actually all caught up in the middle of all this.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
Mitch English here. So glad to have you here. We are ready to rock and roll. And he's not skinny, he's not fat, he's our little buddy. Hey, it's Matt.
Hello.
Little buddy.
You know how they say dreams are supposed to mean something?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had one where I got slapped by Rosie O'Donnell last
Oh,
night.
oh,
What do
wow.
I do with that?
You need to lay off the pork. That's what that means. I don't know. You know, they say the dreams have nothing to do, like, you would think, oh, I need to treat women better.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with it. It could be like, oh, because you killed a snake when you were 12. Or something.
You're low in fiber.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen anything with Rosie O'Donnell. I haven't thought of Rosie O'Donnell in a while, and just randomly I had a dream where she slapped me.
Wow.
Interesting. Do you know that most people, when you sleep bad, you remember your dreams more vividly?
Oh, is
And
that
also, if you have a
so?
nightmare, that's why when you wake up from nightmares, you always remember it as well. It's generally because you're not
having
sleeping
bad
well.
sleep.
And you'll also know you'll go into work and look at James staring at you the entire time with a camera, knowing that whatever you say we might
Actually, I
chastised.
got you all on camera, so you owe me some money after this.
All right,
alright?
very good.
James, do you remember your dreams?
Yeah, always.
Oh, we
I
didn't.
always-
We try to shatter them as
He's
much as
had
possible.
many
It
a
is what it
dream.
is. Yeah, I've had many a dreams. And three kids.
He has worked with us for 20 years.
20 years.
So
We've known you, James,
We
for a
all
long
know
time.
our dreams have been shattered.
They're
so-
probably shattered. We wound
Not
up
alone.
here, so we know our dreams are shattered. All right.
So there's a couple in Massachusetts. They are suing their local student education system because their son has been accused of cheating on his final exams with AI. Now, they argue the son used AI for research to write a final paper. The school district says, no, you copied everything from AI for your final paper. We're talking about a straight A student who aced the ACT, who's looking at going to MIT and Stanford, and the school district decided, nope, we are punishing you because you used AI.
Example, I bet you.
Yeah,
It's more-
possibly.
yeah, I think
But
so.
the parents' argument is interesting because they're saying there are no rules in place
There you go.
that suggest my kid can't use AI for research or use it to write a paper.
I love what some teachers are doing. So a lot of times, your homework is on your computer now,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah,
what they'll do is they'll have a question, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be in black ink, but they'll make a really small a font and clear on white because it's white on white and you can't see it, right? So then they copy everything. And then they go and tape it on the AI, and they know that little formula that they put in there was an AI response because it picked up those code words that they had put in to them. Now that I've told every kid
Now you just
to
gotta
not
put
cut
it in
and paste,
Word.
just all you gotta do
Put
is
it in
rewrite
Word, then do the whole thing in black,
There you
find the
go.
code, get it out, put it back. You gotta be smart about this stuff.
Yeah,
You
I
just
think
help
now
America
it's
cheat.
going to get to where,
Yeah.
but
True.
they were doing it. But
isn't
I can
that-
understand that. Back to your point.
Isn't that the same kind of thing as, I can't remember what the name of it is, but you take the print in white and you put it on your resume, and
They're doing that too.
you're like resume bombing somehow. But
They
you're-
started flagging that.
Yeah, you're including all of the catchphrases
100%.
and the buzzwords to get noticed, but they're all in white, so you can't see them on the resume.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. It's white on white crime is what it's called.
Exactly.
But back to that, there is. I think your question was that there are no rules. It was
are
just
no
like the
rules.
internet.
Yes.
And we were expressing this before. Is like right now is when they need to make the laws.
The AI laws.
and make them as ridiculous as you want, because
Yeah.
AI is going to change them back anyway. right?
Once they all take control.
They take control.
Once them robots
There you
take
go.
control.
Well, if you are a college kid in New York City, at least there, the kiddies there, they don't need beer money. They actually need bodyguards.
Yeah, right?
A very protective father, concerned about crime in the Big Apple, has actually hired a security consultant to keep a watchful eye on his 19-year-old daughter. Now, she's a freshman at New York University, where crime has actually surged on and around campus for the last 3 years. The dad hired an experienced female private detective to keep an eye on his daughter 25 hours a week. Wow. The job post actually required a candidate to be familiar with emergency responses and required someone to escort his daughter and educate her on the dangers of the city. And during the last couple of years, crime has actually skyrocketed all across the city, as well as other several different New York campuses. I think the helicopter parent, it's hard to let him go.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but maybe if there's that much crime, maybe that's something you have to take in consideration when sending your kid off to college.
It boggles my mind that parents are paying this much money to send their kids to college in New York, at Columbia, at NYU, any of these, expensive universities, and they still have to worry about their kids' safety on campus.
That is sad. Yeah.
And then there seems to be this ignorance altogether of like, well, it's only happening on some occasions. It's only happening in a few places.
Right.
The fact that it's happening at all should be an outrage. And yet now we've got parents that are not only paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a semester, but now they've got to hire a bodyguard at $25,000 a year to keep their kids safe.
And and college is one of those things where everything is new, and
Yeah.
you put your guard down. You're obviously a little intimidated.
Away from
going
home
there.
for the first time, right?
And you're following what you did at home, so I can
Yeah.
understand that. Might be a little too much for a bodyguard.
He
though.
could have just given a guy down the street named Fat Tony
Oh!
$50 and been like, hey, watch her. All right, I got her. And, leave her
Get the
alone.
penguin to watch.
Yeah, get the penguin to watch her. Drive her around.
Drive her around.
Yeah, we know how that worked out for Sophia.
That's true.
Oh my goodness.
I'm only halfway through.
Well, don't worry, I'm not giving anything away. You
that's
don't
true.
already know. If you type up the words "trust him" trend on TikTok, videos will pop up of women putting their safety at risk to prove trust in their male partners. So what could possibly go
my
wrong?
God.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Well, here
God.
you go. 25-year-old Emily Webb decided to try it when she was hit by her boyfriend's oncoming
Boom.
car. She ended up screaming in pain with a fractured ankle. Here's how this latest idiot TikTok trend works. A woman stands in the middle of the road while her boyfriend drives at her at full speed. The goal is for their man to brake before he hits her. So
great.
Webb decided to try it and shared video of her standing in the middle of the road. When the car failed to brake, her legs got trapped underneath the car.
There it is.
She says she doesn't regret it, calling the video good content.
I don't know if it's good content at all. And why you want to do this, listen, after 12, 13, 15, 20 years of marriage, I still wouldn't let my partner do something
No.
as ignorant as that sort of thing. But
It's perfect for divorce.
it's a great. Well, yeah. Look what he's. Yeah. Take this
Trust
to the.
me.
Take this to the.
My wife breaks too close in regular traffic. I'm not letting her do that with me. No way. No way.
I do like the fact that she's wearing hot pants and go-go boots,
Right.
from what I can tell,
Yeah.
while she's attempting to do this. Because, it's all about looking good while your boyfriend comes at you with a
And break-
car.
It's all about the clicks.
Yeah, it is all about the clicks.
right.
Oh, goodness.
Kourtney Kardashian facing backlash over her latest Halloween posts on social media. Fans actually flooded her Instagram page with comments about photos featuring her Halloween decor. Kourtney included a snapshot of two inflatable skeletons set up in a very sensual position. Hello, October, Kardashian captioned with those images. Some of her followers actually called out the display while mentioning Kardashian. Hey, you got 4 kids that are going to see that every single day. It
It's
seems
a fair assessment.
They can see their aunt doing worse.
100%. Yeah, and if they haven't seen it, but
There is
that doesn't
tape,
justify
right?
it.
There is
Yeah.
that tape that seems to be,
That's true.
Yeah.
That made him famous in the first place. I more and more here in Florida, we had to deal with the hurricanes.
Yeah.
So all the Halloween decorations went up and went down, and then they were all changed. And I think if you want to make it scary, just leave them all up and see what happens afterwards.
I'll never
But-
forget in my neighborhood during Christmas time, somebody had taken the mechanical deer and put them in a compromising position. And for
I
an
can
adult, it was
imagine-
very funny.
I can imagine what it's doing right
Yeah.
now.
Most
in
of
my
the
mind.
kids.
And the kids, the kids are
kids
probably
are
the ones
Probably
that did
thought
it.
it was hilarious. Exactly.
I don't know what's happened in my neighborhood, but the skeletons are actually I think they're literally getting it on because there's one guy. He now every year he has more and more skeletons. It's like rabbits or something, man, in his house, and he's got the one giant one now. It's got dogs, and the amount of money people spend on Halloween decorations is crazy. But I think it's because it's a new season, and it's almost. What do they call? I think you told me the term. Christmas and Halloween are at the same time. There's a name for it, like or Halloween,
Christoween or
something like
Hello
that.
Christmas.
You go to
Yeah.
any of the hardware stores, they already
And
have
you
them
know
out.
Spirit is doing a new thing where Spirit Halloween is going to turn into Spirit
Yes.
Christmas.
They
They're
are,
just
yep.
taking the same
Really?
stores, they're rebranding it, they're trying it out this year, and they're just going to put
Well,
Christmas
that's
stuff in.
smart.
People are spending the same amount of money on
That
both
is
things.
true.
And the store owner's going to love it because they're like, well, I got a
Yeah.
tenant for 2 months or 3 months now.
Yeah, so and most of the time when you set a lease, it's like a 6-month lease. They make most of their money in just 2 months or whatever. So now they have the remainder of it. And there's a place out in Oklahoma that they would be around year round, and then it would be 4th of July fireworks, January 1st fireworks, and then that time when nothing happens, they'd sell baby gender reveal stuff. Like, so you could,
Yeah, the
like
stuff
blue or
that-
pink, whatever, that kind of stuff.
The stuff that you can blow up and catch your entire neighborhood on fire.
100%.
Great, yes.
All right, we're going to be talking about cashing in on boomers' wealth coming up, and financially speaking, all that's right around the corner.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson. If your right hand is itching, you know what that means.
Come on, six with your waiting for you all night. Baby needs shoes. My wife needs clothes. And you need some teeth.
So who else is looking to get some new shoes? Millennials, that's who. Here to talk about it is Ann Logue. She is the contributor for Business Insider. Ann, welcome back to Daily Flash.
Thank you so much for having me again.
So
happy to be here.
all jokes aside here, Ann, how are millennials really cashing in on boomers?
Well, one of the more interesting things right now is that they are buying small businesses, that there are a lot of businesses that were founded by baby boomers, and they have to be sold if the baby boomer wants to retire. So it's kind of the reverse of a lot of the great wealth transfer that people talk about. It's the millennials using their wealth to buy businesses so that boomers can retire.
It's an interesting trend. So as baby boomers prepare for retirement and sell off their small businesses, what does this really mean for millennials and Gen Zers?
Well, buying an existing small business can be a much better financial proposition than a startup. Because first of all, if you've done your due diligence, you're buying a business that's generating cash, that has customer relationships in place, that has relationships with accountants and marketers and retailers, that's already operational and already paying money, right? Generating some profits.
Sure.
And so it can be a good way to bring new ideas to something that already has an established footprint in the market.
And I guess when I think about this, I think there could be an inherent risk when you're taking over an established business. What challenges might millennials and Gen Z face when acquiring a small established business?
There's a lot of risks. One of which, of course, is the relationships that the original owner built with employees and customers. And so you have to be able to come in and honor the relationships that are there and not come in and change everything dramatically. Another risk is that sometimes the founder seller still wants to stay involved, and that can make it very difficult to make changes, and it can also be confusing to the existing employees and customers. And then it's the general risks of any business, right? You're taking a risk in the hope of making a profit. Things happen all the time, and you have to be able to adapt to that because there's a lot less structure, there's a lot less formality than if you're working for a large company. You know, if you're managing an operation for a large employer, you have a lot of processes in place if something goes wrong. If you're owning a small business, you may be managing the same number of people and the same number of relationships, but it's all on you if something happens.
You mentioned the wealth transfer. How significant is the $10 trillion wealth transfer expected from boomers?
Yeah, and I've written about this before for Insider. It's really complicated because for most, for a lot of retirees, that wealth ends up getting taken up by long-term care. And so if you're counting on that wealth as a millennial, you could be very disappointed. It's a better option to try to build your own wealth so that you are in a solid financial position, regardless of what happens with your parents, your grandparents, your great aunts, your great uncles.
Well, terrific insight, and we always appreciate that. It is a varied topic with a lot of insight for sure when you take in all the factors from healthcare to new businesses and small businesses. For more information on how millennials are cashing in on boomers, all you need to do is head over to businessinsider.com. Mitch, we'll send it over to you.
Thank you, Jackson. That's pretty interesting about that. Wow. All right, dating burnout is real, and some singles are actually increasingly seeking out in-person events to meet potential love interests. Cordell Beckham and Got Milk have kicked off cuffing season with a speed dating event. Check this out.
It's cuffing season, the term for when single people begin to look for short-term relationships. You know, someone to snuggle up with through the fall and winter months that last through Valentine's Day. With singles getting sick and tired of the online dating scene, the California Milk Processor Board, or CMPB, creators of the iconic Got Milk brand, has a cute campaign going to kick off the season, encouraging genuine, real-life, in-person connections. It's called Real Matches Are Back, and they've invited singles to reconnect for a speed dating breakfast at classic American diner Mel's Drive-In in LA. Appropriately hosted by Love Island's Cordell Beckham.
So look, today's event is gonna be curious. Milkshakes and morning jammies, huh?
And a few others who are no strangers to the dating scene. Actresses Julianne Hough and Fiona Palomo, Love Island's Miguel Harichi, and Nick Viall from The Bachelorette. This event was the first in a series of brand activations they're planning at different spots throughout California this fall.
With the launch of Real Matches Are Back, the folks at Got Milk are creating a space where people can disconnect from technology and connect with each other on a deeper level. And it's a vibe, you know? We have singles coming out sporting their cozy PJs, but I think it's great. You know, there's nothing more simple and authentic than sharing a conversation over breakfast and a glass of milk.
Got Milk and Mel's Drive-In have collaborated on an exclusive menu and co-merch drop. And through the end of October, Mel's Drive-In West Hollywood and San Francisco Lombard Street locations are giving away free milkshakes to couples dining in claiming the offer while sporting their coziest and comfiest PJ styles on their dates. To learn more, go to gotmilk.com or follow Got Milk on Instagram, TikTok, or X.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, and welcome to your edition of Furry Friends. You know, those fuzzy things that annoy us at our house? No, not your Uncle Teddy, but the things you actually like. Now, all of us here at Daily Flash are pet lovers, but a recent study by the Mars Corporation, you know, the candy people, the company that also makes the snacks that our pets love, like Pedigree and Whiskers, well, they just came out with a study to better understand where the world stands in terms of pet ownership. Well, the study over 20,000 pet parents and dog and pet owners, so it's you weird iguana owners, across 20 countries, found that more than half of people are pet parents, with 47% of these as first-time pet owners. More than 1/3 of these pet parents consider their furry friends the most important thing in their lives. Yes, over their kids, their car, their job, everything. Their pets are more important than the kids. And if you saw Chimp Crazy, you understand. Cat ownership is more common than dog ownership globally, and this has changed over the years because of our lifestyles. Now, this was interesting. More men are cat owners than dog owners at this point, and the percentage of pet parents is even higher amongst Generation Z than millennials. The most common dog breeds are, of course, Labradors and Chihuahuas, which I don't get, then Golden Retrievers. Now, when asked about the most common breed of cats owners globally, most of them said, I don't know, that gray thing, I don't know, it's white, I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Of course, it's Persian. So that's an interesting study, and I think it has a lot to do with the way our lifestyles have changed. Most of us travel a lot more, and we're getting out there. So I think that is why more people are owning cats these days than dogs. Well, our next furry friend story is one that might have this doggo might have a little bit of a problem. Meet Stella, the pup with a taste for luxury. Literally, her owners rushed her to a Canadian animal clinic when she wasn't feeling quite herself. Well, after a quick x-ray, the vet team made a shocking discovery. Stella had devoured not one, not two, but 8 pairs of Lululemon underwear. Stella went into surgery to have the pricey panties removed, and we're happy to report that surgery was a total success. She's now recovering and hopefully steering clear of any future fashion mishaps. I think it's more on the owners though. I only own about 8 pairs as it is, so when one goes missing, I look at my partner and go, where's my, oh, yeah, I don't know. I guess the dog must have ate it. Plus, when I do that, now they think I have a problem. I don't know. Anyway, that's your furry friends for the week. Now, on to some flash travel with Mr. Mitch Englishberg.
All right, thank you, Matt. It is time for some air, land, and sea. It's time for flash travel. You know, haunted houses may sometimes feel a bit cheesy with actors posing as ghouls and mad scientists, but some places actually have truly earned their ghostly reputations. Ghost hunters worldwide are on the lookout for those spectral figures, disembodied voices, or a sudden chill down a dark hallway. Well, with haunted spots opening up for the public tours and overnight stays, there's likely a paranormal spot near you, just waiting to give you the creep. So, if you're ready to have some fun, ghostly fun, here's 5 truly haunted houses for you to get your scare on. Our first stop, welcome aboard the RMS Queen Mary. The once glamorous ocean liner launched in 1936 and now serves as a hotel and tourist attraction in Long Beach, California. But it's not just the living checking in. The ship is packed with ghostly guests. There's an elegant lady in white, often seen dancing solo in the lobby bar, and William Eric Stark, an officer who tragically died from poisoning, still wandering the promenade deck. And don't forget about Leonard Horsborough. He's the cook that now haunts the kitchen. Ugh. During a recent stay, guests reported actually eerie knocking at all hours, only to find out there's no one there, and it seems like the Queen Mary's spirits are still very much at sea. We go now to the infamous Borden House in Fall River, Massachusetts, where a double-axe murder in 1892 actually shocked the nation. Businessman Andrew Borden and his wife, Abigail, met a grisly end, and all eyes turned to Andrew's daughter, Lizzie. Though she was acquitted in a sensational trial, the mystery remains, along with lingering spirits. A bed and breakfast now. The eerie home offers ghost tours and overnight stays for the brave souls hoping to meet its infamous residents. All right, don't expect a peaceful night's sleep, though, or you never know who or what might drop by. Castle Loma in Toronto, Ontario, is a Gothic revival castle with more than just architectural charm. It's crawling with ghosts, from the Lady in White, a former maid, to the lingering spirits of original owners Sir Henry Pallet and Lady Mary. Strange sightings and spooky sounds are common here. You can tour the property by day, and if you're feeling brave, come in October for the Legends of Horror event and explore the castle's creepy tunnels. Don't worry, you'll hear the ghosts before you actually see them. Ready to see some hauntings? Well, since 1874, the red, white, and black lighthouse in St. Augustine, Florida has been guiding ships and apparently ghosts through the St. Augustine shadow figure has been seen, known to clang buckets and peering down on the rails, while ghosts of a former keeper actually announces himself with the smell of cherry tobacco. Wow, you can climb all the way up to the top during the day for stunning views, or if you're feeling bold, just join a ghost tour, and anything you could expect to be scary by all means. Finally, it's a place where it's all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. We're talking about the iconic hotel that not only inspired Stephen King's The Shining, but also comes with its own spooky history. Guests and staff alike have spotted ghosts, including the helpful maid in room 217, who's known to pack your bags whether you're ready to check out or not. Know of a crazy, scary spot? Don't worry, why don't you share it with us? Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, or better yet, go to flashtravel.tv.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
And so the proctologist said that wasn't celery.
Really?
Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I don't know what that means.
This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment. That's disturbing because I just read a headline on the Daily Mail that talked about a man who has 3 extended male parts.
Oh my.
3?
3.
That's wow.
3.
All right,
What do you do
I'm
with
trying
that?
to figure out
the other 2?
I don't know what you do.
No. Here's the question. What website are you going to?
Daily Mail, I swear. I'll show you.
And mail is spelled M-A-L-E.
Not safe for work. Ooh. All your news and trends on mail parts.
HR.
Woo! That firewall's not working out, James. What's going on?
Work research. It's work research.
Work research.
Yes, I swear.
All right. Okay,
Now,
so
where were
Maddie,
we?
you and I, we missed out. If we luckily here in the United States, it's a little bit different story. But over in wow. No, he's a man, and he discovered he had that's hilarious. It's like, oh my God, what is that?
How did you just figure that out?
That's what
That is Total Recall.
yeah, Total Recall, but for the men, right? All right. In Denmark and Sweden, they just passed a new law. They followed Norway, where it is now illegal for cousins to marry.
Oh, darn it.
Thank God.
So, Matt, you missed out on it. You're lucky. You're
I'm
okay.
good. If you know my cousin, I'm good.
It's still legal in Alabama.
Well, it's funny you say that because in Tennessee, they're now making that,
That's
they're
right.
going over all of that stuff, that sort of thing. And here in the United States, they always say, what did you always hear about, like, why cousins can't marry?
Because it's not good for reproduction.
Genetics,
You end
right.
up with 3 male parts.
Because they wind up in 3 male parts, exactly. Very good.
Nice way to bring it all together.
This is what they said, and I don't know how they're, but apparently because there's a lot of arranged marriages over there still.
Oh, okay, sure,
But they said it's linked to violent tribalism, ill-suited for the modern world. So apparently, if cousins, so they're trying to prevent cousin, you would marry into another family so that you would. You remember how kings and queens would marry and that sort of
Hatfields and McCoys?
somewhat like that.
So they're suggesting that if you marry a cousin, you're likely marrying into violent
because you're setting up arranged marriages, and because it's like, well, we need to be in good with the McCoys or Hatfields or whatever. So you're going to do that, and it causes, I guess. But here in the United States, we're like, we just don't want babies with three members on them.
Extra parts
So
and
think about that.
long foreheads.
3 bits and a snaggletooth.
Which is their names too. By the way.
Things. College kids in New York City don't just need beer money, they actually need bodyguards. A protective father concerned about crime in the Big Apple has hired a security consultant to keep a watchful eye on his 19-year-old daughter. She's a freshman at New York University, NYU, where crime has surged all around campus during the last 3 years. The father hired an experienced female private detective to keep an eye on his daughter 25 hours a week. The job post required a candidate to be familiar with emergency responses and required someone to escort his daughter and educate her on the dangers of the city. During the last couple of years, crime has skyrocketed all across New York and at several different New York campuses.
Yeah, and I say, educate her, which is, this father is, I'm sure, has great intent and that sort of thing, but you have to let go a little bit and maybe educate her before she went to college would also help out a lot as well. But it's a shame that in this, the world that we live in now, is that we have to worry about things that are outside of actually learning things in order just to be safe and to be able so that they can have a class.
I think there was a time where you thought, you send your kid to college and it's kind of this nice safe bubble and they can kind of try new things and experiment and meet new people, and it was kind of a protected area. But now it doesn't seem like that's the case. And on top of it, people are spending thousands of dollars, and they can't even guarantee their safety.
So think about that, and you can understand. I think there needs to be a bigger push. I'm gonna be honest with you about this. Is that AI is going to be so prevalent. What I think we're going to start to see more of trades be coming out because a computer's not going to be able to hook your plumber, your under your sink and that sort of thing. Speaking of which, we got
no plumber's crack.
There's not going to be a
Any
plumber's
mug
crack.
build character.
We got some Life Love Shopping with Andrea coming up right around the corner, right here on Daily Flash.
If you live it, love it, or buy it, we talked about it on Life Love Shopping. So let's dive right in. Here we go. If you find that your brain goes into hyperspeed, one doc says there's a 15-second trick to keep your mind from racing. Here's Dr. Daniel Ament he's a board-certified psychologist. He's based in California. He says the key is all in the breathing.
So, do you have racing thoughts? Do you have a brain like the one behind me that's just so busy? My first favorite way is doing diaphragmatic breathing. It is so helpful just to sort of settle things down. 4 seconds in, hold it for a second and a half. 8 seconds out, hold it for a second and a half. So it's a 15-second breath. If you just do that for 3 or 4 minutes, it tends to really calm things down. Sometimes intense exercise, because intense exercises raises serotonin in your brain, that can also calm things down.
Doctor, thank you. Have you heard of fridgescaping? It is the art of decorating the inside of your refrigerator, and now health experts are warning that it could be harmful to your health. Fridgescaping has taken on a new life on social media. Influencers are showing off how they decorate the inside of their fridge as if it were a room in their home. It's different than keeping your chilled items organized or color-coded in trendy containers. We're talking about adding pictures and decor inside of your fridge. Experts say these items can introduce harmful allergens to your refrigerated goods. Non-food items could also impact airflow and temperature. Bottom line, save yourself some time and space and forget the fridgescaping. Gen Z's latest work attire is confusing coworkers. Ever since cargo pants became a thing at the office, younger workers are finding new ways to get comfy from 9 to 5. 29-year-old worker in Australia has gone viral for showing off her silky PJs on her way to the office. She was surprised so many people were put off by her choice of wardrobe, claiming matching sets in silk are all the rage right now. Comments seem to favor the critique that she looked more like she was getting ready for bed rather than going to work. Okay, here we go. Next up, let's talk makeup trends. Who knew black mascara was officially over? Take a look.
Pro tip of the day. Okay, do full glam. Do your normal makeup. Maybe even like a cute little shimmery eye. I have like this wet look going on. Bold brow, complementary colors, of course. And then no mascara. I know it seems like something's missing, but really it's chic. It's giving high fashion. I love the effortless look. Like you can literally have a full face, but no mascara, and it just... something about it. I don't know. I love it. She's giving effortless.
Dozens of content creators are raving about the au naturel look that features no mascara. They're going for a cleaner look without the dark lashes. Some are ditching the mascara altogether and claim this bare new look is the next big thing. Okay, speaking of the next big thing, one of the newest stadium treats is a cotton candy burrito. The sugary confection is a mixture of ice cream, candy, and cereal, all wrapped up in a fluffy cotton candy blanket. NFL fans who attend any of the Arizona Cardinals games can order one of these sweet roll treats at the concession stands. It can feature Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops, marshmallows, Skittles, M&Ms, gummy bears, and sprinkles. Great for dentists, not so great for your teeth. Well, speaking of M&Ms, if you love them, they've got a new flavor coming to a store near you. PB&J will be the first new flavor Mars Inc. has added to the M&M lineup since 2022. They released a peanut butter and strawberry jam limited flavor back in 2009, but this PB&J will now be a permanent addition to the M&M flavor family. The new flavor hits store shelves in December. Hey, for more information on any of these stories, please head to our website, llsshow.com. Once you're there, you can check out previous episodes. You can also get more details on our life, love, shopping topics. And don't forget, my friend, follow us on social media. All you have to do, @LLSShow. That's our handle across all of our social media platforms. Stay with us.
KSA Entertainment believes in our communities. We value those who have dedicated their lives to enrich our own. KSA Entertainment is proud to introduce our corporate initiative, KSA Cares. KSA Cares shines a light, gives a voice, and lends a helping hand through compelling awareness initiatives. From supporting veterans to environmental awareness, KSA Entertainment is proud to produce content supporting ways to help communities all across America.
Many medical facilities in the U.S. are not as equipped to accommodate patients with mobility issues. Joining us now with more is U.S. Air Force veteran Tammy Jones. Tammy, thank you for your service and thanks for being with us today.
Some of the challenges that I've faced over these 38 years has been inability to get into a facility due to there not being a ramp for me to get into the building. Another incident was I was able to get into a building, but then I got back to the treatment room and the equipment wasn't accessible or available for me to have the procedure that I needed done at the time. We are very proud to partner with Hannah Storm for our campaign of awareness for women with disabilities to have accessible health care. to have the facilities, the equipment, and the staff available to have the health care that she deserves to live her best life possible. And we want to empower women with disabilities to speak up and say enough is enough. Please join us at pva.org and sign our petition to give us the access to the health care that we need to live our best lives possible. pva.org and sign our petition.
Energy tax credits could deliver some great added benefits. Here's Marian Van Pelt with more.
So we conducted this analysis specifically to answer the question, what will these investments from the Inflation Reduction Act yield in terms of economic growth and job growth? And what we found after crunching all the numbers is that the investment of $740 billion from the IRA yields a return of over $3 trillion nationally over 10 years. And that's a 4 times return on investment. And the way that it works is that these are tax credits and rebates that drive private investment, and in return that drives more jobs. That grows the economy. With these incentives, it spurs private sector investment in things like clean transportation, wind and solar energy, energy efficiency, home energy efficiency, and much more. What we found is that all of these investments from the IRA really are going to make energy more affordable and will make investments in energy drive savings for people across the country. Take a look at fuelforthought.energy and you can find more information for your state and many more.
Good stuff there. There's a new series that's actually bringing a fresh spin to roller skating. Here's what you got to know.
October marks National Roller Skating Month, and the new series Roller Jam streaming on Max is the perfect way to celebrate. Executive produced by Magnolia Network's Chip and Joanna Gaines, this show is the first ever nationwide roller dancing competition. With more, here's Grammy-nominated singer and Roller Jam host Jordan Sparks.
Roller Jam brings together the best roller skating crews in the country. Each week, teams create brand new routines, all while performing for a live audience, and our judges, national figure skating champion and 2-time Olympian Johnny Weir, roller skate legend Terrell Ferguson, and a special celebrity guest judge.
These incredible teams will dance through the decades, competing to be crowned the ultimate roller dancing crew in the United States.
The competition is fierce, and with talented skaters, every performance is a must-see. Viewers can expect impressive routines and plenty of surprises as these crews skate it out for the $150,000 grand prize.
Yes, Roller Jam, streaming on Max.
Subscribe now at max.com.
Fall's the perfect season for a getaway. Here's travel expert Laura Begley-Bloom with some fantastic suggestions for you and your loved ones.
Thanks for having me. Let's start with Costa Rica, which Travel and Leisure named Destination of the Year. Costa Rica is all about the pura vida lifestyle, with rainforests, volcanoes, and pristine coastlines. Adventure seekers can zip line through the treetops, while families and couples can enjoy wildlife encounters and activities for all ages. Visitors can also dive into Costa Rica's rich food culture with a coffee or chocolate tour. And as a global leader in sustainability, Costa Rica is home to eco-lodges and wellness retreats that combine relaxation and conservation. You can also witness the country's unique biodiversity at waterfalls, cloud forests, hot springs, and so much more. It's the ultimate bucket list destination all year round. Now, if you want to stay in the United States, I love Florida's historic coast, which is located on the state's northeast Atlantic coast. The weather is perfect this time of the year. There are 42 miles of gorgeous beaches, and you can tee off at some of the country's best golf courses in Ponte Vedra Beach, like TPC Sawgrass. Florida's historic coast is also home to America's oldest city, St. Augustine. Plus, there are so many deals and offers here this fall. One of my favorite highlights is the Nights of Lights celebration. From November 23rd through January 26th, you can go on romantic carriage rides or take a trolley tour. It's a magical atmosphere, and the city sparkles with millions of white lights. So now that we know where we're going, let's talk about how we're going to get there. And I have to say that nothing is as stressful as dealing with luggage on a trip. According to the U.S. Bureau of Transportation, airlines lose or mishandle nearly 3 million bags each year. That's why I recommend shipping your luggage ahead with Ship and Play, so it arrives before you do. You can send anything you want: kids' clothes, business or formal attire, golf clubs, skis, snowboards, even bikes. Shipping luggage is also ideal for the holidays when planes are packed and you have gifts to bring back and forth. Plus, with their app, you can easily track your shipment. Trust me, stepping onto a plane without any bags and no more waiting at the luggage carousel is a game changer. Now, if you want more info, you can go to visitcostarica.com, floridashistoriccoast.com, or shipplay.com. Thanks for having me.
All right, tapeworm. You've heard of it. It's actually a common issue for dogs, and it can actually be passed on to humans. However, it's very easy to prevent. Here's what you need to know.
Your family's risk of intestinal worms is higher than ever before. Just ask Dr. Elise Kelly, Elanco animal health veterinarian and mom who understands the risks of intestinal worms, but never expected to find the issue in her own backyard.
I discovered wild animal feces out where my dog was playing with my kids. We took it for testing and found it contained Echinococcus, an intestinal tapeworm known to infect dogs and humans, which can cause illness and even death in both.
The truth is that tapeworms are common and easy to spread, and data shows that more pet owner education is needed.
95% of pet owners report behaviors that could put their dog at risk for intestinal tapeworms. Things like their dog eats grass, drinks from a rain puddle, or are allowed off-leash. And children may be exposed if they play with a toy that has been contaminated. The good news is that there are medications to protect your pets, and when pets are kept healthy, humans generally are too.
Learn more at interceptorplus.com.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. It's must-watch movie time.
Oh, I love this. Something to check out, right? What do you got?
A disposable employee is sent on a human expedition to colonize the ice world. After one version dies, a new body is regenerated with most of his memories intact. This is today's must-watch movie, Mickey 17.
All right.
Hi, Mickey. Are you experiencing any vertigo?
I guess I am feeling a little dizzy.
Oh, wow! Did you see that?
Nah, I wouldn't be surprised if you're thinking at this point, what have I done?
How lucky can one guy be?
Nothing was working out, and I wanted to get off of Earth.
You're applying to be an expendable?
Yeah.
You read through the whole application.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Yeah, I should have read through it.
Once you die, we'll print a new version of your body.
They made me work my ass off on one mission after another.
Every time you die, we learn something new, and humanity moves forward.
Oh, man, he's alive. It's fine.
My life is gonna be beautiful.
Vicky, it's not looking very good for you. Yeah, no. I'm sure you're used to it by now, but what's it feel like to die? Even on my 17th go-around, I hate dying. Why aren't you dead? Multiples.
In the case of multiples, it's just like we exterminate every individual. Tell me quick.
Let's blow up these second-hand baloney boys.
Why don't you guys do rock, paper, scissors, and then we'll just shoot the loser. Tell me quick. Oh, another kick. Tell me quick. Another kick in the head.
I don't like you, but I'm you. I'm not you. I'm gonna kill you.
This looks so good.
Yes, thank you, Hollywood. Very excited. That does it for the show, Jackson.
Yeah, something original like you and me.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Be good, everybody. DailyFlashShow.com. Don't forget it. That's the website. If you've missed anything today, we'll see you right then.